And I basically survived out here. Like was homeless. I did all that shit out here just for the sake of hip hop, because in the belief system. You know what I'm saying? I just recently came out of homelessness type shit.
Wow.
But like, I'm not sweating that shit because I believe in my skill. I never had like a falter in my mind any day I was in a shelter. You know what I'm saying? But like, all it did is strengthen and build more callous on my character, and then, you know, the blessings. The second everything started shifting in my favor, everything worked out for me. But like with Florida, I left that place and I took a risk. I came out here, I took a risk. You know what I'm saying? I believe in myself. A lot of people believed in me. Down to the NPC that I got, it was given to me by somebody that believes in me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That was the only reason why I came out here to make music, because I have so many people that believe in me.
Fuck your life, you watching Hip Hop Gems TV, you heard?
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what the fuck it is, man. If y'all don't know this face by now, then y'all niggas is under a rock. I got someone very, very, very special. My guy Wavy here.
Yeah, what up?
Wavy finally made it.
Yeah, I finally made it.
It was hell trying to get this nigga up here.
Yeah, man, you know, it was like hurdles, it's obstacles. We had to do a triathlon to get, you know. But we here now.
We here now though, brother. How are you?
No, I'm great, man. You know, I'm going through a little move transition right now. A lot of things are getting in gear right now.
Dope.
You know, I think the time is now to really just start coming out. I'm glad that I tapped in with you first, you know.
Appreciate that.
On some media, and I appreciate you bringing me on the media platform that you carry. You've been doing a great job for the past, a couple seasons right now. You're in the midst of season 2.
Yeah, man. Yo,
yeah, so
fucking coming from you, bro, that shit means a lot, bro. Yo.
No. It's all about consistency, man. I respect people with consistency. Consistency is like the biggest thing that people need to like really make it in this shit. It doesn't matter if you, and this is no shade. This is like in general, and like this is like rule of thumb. It doesn't matter if you suck at what you do. It doesn't matter if you're great at what you do. If you don't have consistency, you're just gonna fail no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So, and people complain about, why is this rapper making it? And because he's consistent. You know, that's the only thing he got over you. Because you might rap better than him, but nobody will never know because you're never consistent, you know? And that's just all what it is. It's consistency, and you're very consistent with what you do.
That.
You know?
But you as well, though. Shit, I always
not as much. Not as much.
I tune into your lives when I can, man. So definitely, I mean, I feel like that from the outside looking in. It's definitely consistency. It's consistency there. But I appreciate that compliment though, bro. For real, absolutely. Oh, let's jump into this shit, man.
Let's go.
Who is Wavy, bro?
Wavy is just like a free-spirited, open-minded, but not open-minded and daring in an unethical way, but ethical, open-minded individual, man. I'm like very creative. You know, like, I speak my mind. I don't hold my tongue for nobody. I don't care if you're Debo. I don't care if you're like a Smurf. Like, I address you accordingly. You know, there's no gangster shit. It's just stand up nigga shit. You feel me? So that's just who I am, man. I like to create. I like to be around other creators, like-minded people. That's just who Wavy is. Very simple, very chill. I'm free. I'm free, man.
Always, I told you off camera, every time I get a chance every time I do see you in the spot, you always have that aura of just like either smiling, like I said, or you smack. But I know there's a smile there, so it's like, all right, that nigga's okay.
Yeah, man, got to smile, man. You know, people don't realize that there's more energy and high vibration off of just a smiling versus you being like a dude just trying to mean mug. You know, like, it's a lot more energy you conjure, a lot more attraction that you attract to yourself when you smile more. It's like people wonder why they can't get that certain chick because you don't smile more. Like, those things are like the frame. That's like the frame for your face. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So sometimes it's best to just smile, man. Smile it through, man. Even when you think adversity is in front of you, you just gotta just, you know, smile it off, man. Like, we men, man, we just gotta, you know, You always gotta laugh at the face of danger, laugh at the face of any adversity, man. Because we always come up with the solutions.
Absolutely.
And that's inevitable.
Absolutely.
Just saying. I don't mean to rant.
Nah, man. I mean, shit, yo. This is the space. This is if there's any space to do so, this is definitely the space to do so, bro.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Florida.
Yes.
Coming from Florida.
Yes.
How did that? Because this sound is totally different from Florida.
Yeah.
So how did this sound here resonate with you over there?
What, like in general, like over when I was over there, when I first started like trying to put myself out there in Florida, you know, I love my hometown, but they wasn't really jacking what I was doing, you know? They wasn't really, I don't think they was ready because, you know, they needed that approval from mass media to be like, oh, this is okay to do. We can mess with this. Floridians, they like the thing that is like lacking with them, and this is coming from another Floridian, is that they have no sense of innovation. It's like they always gotta see something and try to like put a little oomph into it, but their oomph isn't enough because there's a lot of art that and a lot of culture that we could put out as Floridians, but like nobody has their own identity because they're adopting everybody else's identity and ideology instead of having their own, as far as the hip hop culture goes. So they wasn't ready for what I was doing because I was tapped in with dudes out here already because I was living in Florida, but I was also living in Oklahoma and in Georgia and Arkansas. I was living in these several different places.
Wow.
And I was making beats even out there, you know? So it was just really hard for those guys to like really connect with me. Like I would say like 2018, 2017, they wasn't jacking what I was doing. Now they are because the hip hop culture is starting to gear up over there in Florida. You know, Westside Gun goes over there a lot, does Gun Basil. He exposed them to that type of shit, and I'm grateful for that. But as a fellow Floridian that stays out of state, and I still rep my place to the fullest, I feel like I need to go back down there and just like kind of help out and try to like help. Strengthen the culture, the hip hop scene out there.
I see what you're saying.
You know, it's kind of like, you ever seen 300?
Nah.
All right, like This Is Sparta.
Yeah, I know that.
All right,
I don't watch it.
You know, he left as a child in order to be the king of Sparta. He left to go on his king's pilgrimage. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I feel like I had to go on my pilgrimage out here in order, because I was always promised that, yo, if you can make it in New York City, you can make it anywhere.
Yep.
And I basically survived out here. Like was homeless. I did all that shit out here just for the sake of hip hop, because in the belief system. You know what I'm saying? I just recently came out of homelessness type shit.
Wow.
But like, I'm not sweating that shit because I believe in my skill. I never had like a falter in my mind any day I was in a shelter. You know what I'm saying? But like, all it did is strengthen and build more callous on my character, and then the blessings. The second everything started shifting in my favor, everything worked out for me. But like with Florida, I left that place and I took a risk. I came out here, I took a risk. You know what I'm saying? I believe in myself. A lot of people believed in me. Down to the NPC that I got, it was given to me by somebody that believes in me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That was the only reason why I came out here to make music, because I have so many people that believed in what I did. And I didn't believe in myself as much as they did. And I didn't understand that, I was born to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it's
Wow.
Florida.
Wow, brother.
You got to go where you're appreciated.
Absolutely. Go where you celebrated as well.
Indeed.
You know? Going through homelessness while still making beats, how was that? Being able to still find the passion to do that shit? Because some people would be like, yo, fuck
this shit, right?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, when I was in that shit, it's like, this is the thing. I had my daughter with me. You feel me? I'm a single parent, and I'm doing this. I got dudes like Buck Wild that encouraged me. He looked out for me when I was in there. He knew what was going on, and I have different peers that looked out for me. But I didn't want that. I wanted to go through my fire. You know what I'm saying? I needed to go through my fire. Everybody has their own personal fight they have to go through. You know what I'm saying? And that was mine. In order for me to be the person that I wanted to be, the man that I wanted to be, right. I couldn't sit there and be like, oh man, why is this happening to me? And no, that's you know, that I have like a warrior spirit, man. Like warriors don't move like that. Right. Men don't do that. Men always come up with solutions, no matter what. And I say this shit the other day. It's like we call each other kings, but are we moving as such? You know what I'm saying? Do we have the mentality? Do we have the callous to put up with certain things and just let shit roll off your shoulders sometimes? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was going through mental warfare, you know, it was making me doubt my peers, all of that. No. Because when you going through that type of stuff, you gonna have doubts about everybody around you. Absolutely. You know? But sometimes it's just you. It's not them, it's you. And I went through that and it made me better, it made me smarter. Even as a producer, because I had time I wasn't outside. Did you ever see me at events? No. I was inside.
When you do pop out, it's a rarity from when I do see you.
So I focus more on my craft because I know there's a lot of guys competing for the spot, spot. And I respect all those guys, man, but I'm here to crush. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to crush. I can't afford, and there's nothing personal towards anybody, is I can't afford to like fuck around. You know what I'm saying? You know, like this is like I take this shit very seriously. I don't have like a support system or anything like that. You know, everybody got their own shit going on, but me personally, I don't have no support system, so I move with a sense of urgency. You know what I'm saying? So everything I do is with purpose. You know, everything I do, down to my music, everything. Like if I want to put out a project, I just don't dump a project out. Right. You know, I like everything is calculated. Everything is like roast beef. You cook that shit slow. You know what I'm saying? And people might be like, oh, he's taking too long. Fuck that. You're gonna appreciate the finished product after it's done. Because at the end of the day, he gave his quality. Indeed, that was the mission. You know.
I think you carried that out shit on the God's Eden.
Yes,
that shit was amazing. That was amazing. So much I want to untap into what you just said. I want to go into being a father and what does that mean to you while being able to still create.
That shit is. It's just a headache. It's just a headache, man. Because
I'm a father myself.
Because when I'm sitting there, she depends on. Like, I'm ballsy enough to say that, and I'll tell you why. I love it. I love every moment of it. But it's like this time when you want to buckle down and your kid. It's like I'm her world. You know what I'm saying? Anything she needs, dad. And I'm there trying to lock in on what I'm trying to do. So, I mean, besides that, everything is smooth sailing. So, like, but she's a hip-hop baby. She's been in a lot of legendary videos. She's been in videos with a lot of legendary hip-hop dudes that we all grew up listening to. She's been in her dad's videos. She's probably going to do an album cover for me very soon. Okay. You know, actually, I got a few conceptual shit that my daughter has done for me. Okay. You know, she's very talented. She even make beats. If she's bored and she sees me going in, then she'll hop on it and just, if I show her something, she'll mimic it very good.
That's fire.
You know,
right.
But she's sharp with it. She's very talented.
Dope shit, brother. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for just going through that hurdle of fatherhood, going over that hurdle of homelessness and being able to still push and still, because I mean, I don't want to say finish line, but being able to push past that and continue going, brother, because like I said before, man, most people in moments like that, man, there's self-doubt, there's quit, there's a bunch of things under that belt.
God was just sitting me down, man. That's all what it was. It wasn't like, damn, it's the end of the road. No, something is out of whack. There's a glitch in the matrix. You need to sit the fuck down. Here, this is what you need right here to sit you the fuck down. It could have been somebody shot me in my ass or some shit. Absolutely. And put me in the hospital for X amount of months. I would have been down for 8 months. You know what I'm saying? It could have been anything. But for me, like I said, everybody got to walk through their own fire. For me, that's what it was. This is where you got to sit down. You can't have no visitors. You're just you and your kid here. What you gonna do with your time? I found a hobby. I found self-betterment with myself. Like I didn't just sit there and just like be in a depressing state. I just bettered myself. Anytime when I, like any of my peers, you talk to any of my peers and you ask them about me, they're gonna say that, like, I'm an overthinker. Like, I overthink. I give them good insight on things. Like, even as a producer, I never be a yes man. I tell everybody. I told Rome Streets to go back in the booth numerous of times. You know what I'm saying? Numerous. I was gonna say another guy, but I don't want to embarrass him because he's a very known rapper. But Rome's my man. He ain't gonna hate me for this. So,
shout out, Rome.
But like we all do that to each other to better ourselves, and that's the type of shit that I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
Fire,
just
bro.
bettering my people, telling them like I'm not the yes man. Like, I'm here to tell you, like, bro, you got a crumb on your fucking beard. You need to wipe that off. That type shit.
Yeah.
I'm on that mentality. You know?
Fire, Wave. Fire, brother. Let's tap into, I know you said your hobbies, because I know you, I don't even want to mispronounce them joints.
They're called Gundams, man.
Gundams, yes.
Let's not even go. Like, that's just so. You know, they have vinyl collectors, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have vinyl collectors. They have people that collect sneakers. They have people that collect Supreme. They have people that collect Dior. They have people that collect different things. They have a whole culture. That they have like a whole community of people that do this shit. And it's something that I wanted to do from the late 90s, and I just never really had the time to do it. But now I'm at the age that I'm at now. I have time. I'm chilling. I could just, I just found something to keep the creative juices going, build up the motor skills. It's not only just, it might seem silly to others, but it's real intricate. It takes time. It takes patience. I challenge anybody to test their patience, anybody. And it doesn't have to be with that. It could be with anything. Just try something, do something that consists of patience. And trust me, that it will do a lot for you in the long run,
Because I know I'm pretty sure, sorry to cut you, I'm pretty sure that those shits take a long time.
Nah, some of them take a month, some of them take a week, some of them take some of them I've done in like a couple days, but like there's some that took me like a month to put together. And it's the experience, My daughter, my daughter sees this stuff and it turns her into like a whole creative individual.
Let's go into the Walkers though, man. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Let's go into the Walkers.
All right. Sure.
Indeed.
How did that come about, man?
It was natural. It was like, damn, should I put this? I came here 2018. I was tapped in with an MC called Bub Rock.
Yeah,
shout out to Bub Rock. Yeah, man. One of the nastiest dudes I know when it comes to wordplay. Tapped in with him, and I came here. The first MC that I end up meeting out of all the people in NYC, Rome Streets, made friends with him. On the same day I met Rim. Him and Rim on the same day.
Wow.
So, boom. Then we started hanging out with each other because we was all in the same zone. We was all in Brooklyn, Everybody just started connecting. Bub just so happened to be tapped in with these people as well. So it just go hand to hand. And Bub tapped me in with Spoda. Me and Spoda did a project, and then we got good with each other. Yep. Then he was in the mix. Rim had Eddie Kane. Kane was with Rim. And then he brought him in the fold. And then we brought in Ty Farris. Farris was in the mix because everybody vouched for him. Then we just started adding people that was just in the mix, that was always there, that just always was always in the mix and always added to the pot. They added to the jambalaya, whatever, So the Walkers, man, is not like no Wu-Tang Clan. It's not a group. It's a collective. Everybody's an independent boss. I don't like using that word loosely, but let's manifest some shit. Everybody there is an independent boss, and we all come to the table and we put our resources on the table, and it's a safe haven for us to go, because everybody in the hip hop scene, they weird. You feel me? Some people are weird, and so we built our little coalition. It's like a safe place. It's like our little clubhouse to we could be ourselves and be silly and just talk about things that's taboo within the scene. Just have, it's therapy. It's like, it's a brotherhood, Right. It's like we're all like brothers. It's like outside this rap shit, all of us have like this connected brotherhood type shit. Like, it's like real family shit that we indulge more to hip hop music and all that shit beyond people's comprehension.
That's fire, bro. That's dope shit. So you was the one that, would you say like, yo, you kind of like spearheaded and like making sure that was like, yo, we gonna put this together.
Mm-hmm. I mean, one of the entities.
Okay.
It like I said, it happened naturally. Like we did songs that kind of like birth like terms that we use like oh, we walked on this shit, like, you know, like there's a bunch of things that like songs that we did in the beginning that kind of like birthed the name of the Walkers, like all of that. And people would look at that and be like, damn, it's like, what are you talking about, like the Walking Dead? Or nah, man, it's just that niggas is just literally like walking on the beat. It's that easy. Niggas is like, you know, is that easy at what we do. That it's so easy that it's like walking, you know? When you hear somebody say, oh, like this guy threw on the church socks on that beat, that means like this dude done slid on that shit, like he effortlessly, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Walkers stand for. Like, it's like just effortless talent.
Shout out everybody.
You know, it's just as easy as walking.
Absolutely. Your creative process, how would you describe that, man, when going about putting together a beat?
Shit. I'm very simple. Like, I don't like to like wrap my head too much around shit. All my worst beats is the beats that I spent like 30 minutes on. Like, if I spent too much time on a beat, then it's not a good beat. And people might be like, oh, this guy's a fucking retard. There's a reason why I say this. That shit's supposed to come natural. Like, that shit's supposed to just flow just right. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you do this shit on a consistent basis. When you build a repetition, it's like, this shit is like supposed to be like water. Like, I don't mean to sound cliche. It's supposed to be like, is like taking a piss. Something practical. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I shouldn't be spending, if I know that I have a sense of urgency with time, I'm not gonna spend like 30 minutes on a beat unless I know this shit is gonna win me a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't know the beat is gonna win you a Grammy. You never know. You know? But I don't like to spend too much time on the beat. I just like to spend like 10 minutes tops, 15 tops maybe.
I gotta ask you now, because I know you said you were an overthinker. Now, how does that play into when you were making these beats now? Like, do you ever get into your head like, nah, this shit, right? While making those 10
if I doubt them, I delete it.
Okay.
I like, people be like, no, fuck that shit, delete. I broke a lot of hearts, man.
Really?
I broke a lot of hearts.
Just from deleting beats? Sheesh.
Deleting beats in front of niggas on the live. I had people sick. People were sick. Like, why did you do that? That's not it. It just don't feel right. It don't feel right. It don't. You know, like when you put on your shoes, everybody wear their shoes a certain way, right? It represents you. The way you have your jacket on, the way I have my jacket on, the way you wear your cap. Everything that you exude is a mirror of you. And if I feel like this is not suffice to mirror me, deletion.
Wow.
No ifs, ands about it. And it goes for everything in life for me. You know, there's no hard feelings. It's just, life will be easier that way. Yeah, you feel me?
But it's true though. That goes for just even like with people. Just even like, it's true. You know, everything requires deletion. I don't want to wrap my head around the shit. Like I said, wrapping your head around the shit, I'm wasting that energy I could have used to like think of something better. I'm over here worrying about what is not coming together. If this is not coming together, fuck it. Go back to formula. There's nothing wrong starting over. I'm like, people have a problem with detaching. That's just all what it stems. It's habitual, and it's deeper than just doing music. It's just habitual human shit that people just need to defeat. You know, and I don't have a problem deleting the beat. I don't care if I spent like 10, 20 minutes on it. If it's making me upset, that shit needs to go. You know? I think people's problems with detaching falls into comfortability as well. Bing, ding, ding. It's like if you doing something, no matter what it is, that shit feels good to some people. It could be fucked up, but
it's like an abusive relationship.
It is. It is totally an abusive relationship.
I like how he holds me at night, but he beats the shit out of me. You know? Does that make any sense? Sometimes you gotta do the pros and the cons in this shit. I'd rather just have a cold bed at night than have a eye jammy. You know? I'd rather deal with that. It's logical.
It's some people that is like so hard to unwind and untap from that.
That's just an example, though. I don't want to trigger people. Don't hold that against me, trauma people. The trauma culture, I'm not here for that. That was just an example.
Absolutely not, man.
Much love to the trauma culture.
Yeah, and the trigger people. Everybody who's
Yosemite
triggered.
Sam, trigger happy. It's okay. We love you.
Oh man.
All right.
What can we expect for this year though, Wavy?
Okay. I got a project coming out with my man's Water out in Chicago.
Okay.
I got a project coming out with my man's Old Dog.
Shout out Old Dog.
You know? I got a project coming out with my man's, I'm working with my man's Plex Diamonds. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, but like you're gonna hear more about him.
Okay.
But me and him are working right now. I got, me and Daniel's son is supposed to tap in, man, but I hope he needs to keep that in mind. He sees this interview, I'm gonna let you know, I ain't forget you, brother. I ain't forget you. Like, everything is with timing. I'm working on my project, Hearing Colors.
Hearing Colors?
Yeah.
Why that title?
Because, man, it's self-explanatory. I was explaining to my cousin this shit, a couple people. Like, after a while when you produce, for a producer standpoint now, you people make exceptional beats. People make beats where it's be like, oh, this is a good beat, Then they have the guys that just want to just be elusive. They just want to just play with things that just don't make sense. Things, the uncharted grounds. And it's like, you can't really hear colors, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the obscurity, the type of samples that I choose is obscure. It's artistry. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not seeing the colors, you're hearing the colors. That's the shit that I'm trying to project with the production that I'm trying to put on this project. Because we all call each other artists, right?
Right.
All right. You can't see what I do. I can only let you hear what I do.
Right.
So Hearing Colors.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And I think that's something that a lot of people, as far as like artistry goes, like now there's this whole big thing of like, all rappers are starting to call themselves artists more and getting out of that rapper space. But this is what we do. Like, and even myself, like this shit is art. So that's good to hear that like everybody's kind of like starting to embrace that.
It's like my album title is a bar.
Your album title is definitely a bar.
It's a bar, man. That's all. Like I can't rap, but I am a poetic individual. Everything in life is a poem in a way. You just gotta learn how to articulate it. Motherfuckers need to pick up a book sometimes and read, man. Trust me. Once you read a book and learn new words, motherfuckers will actually learn how to articulate themselves a little better with their peers a little better. You see a lot of changes in your life, and then your artistry will actually grow, ascend. Trust me when I tell you. Take that from me, man.
They say if you wanna keep somebody, if you wanna keep something from somebody, you put that shit in the book.
Yeah.
Most motherfuckers don't read,
man. They got to, man. Like, even if it's a newspaper, just read something. Learn a new word at least. Learn at least 5 new words a week.
Yeah.
Like a word that even if it makes you sound sexy to a chick in the crowd when you're in the social settings, learn it.
Right.
Trust me, it will help you.
Would we ever see a Walker's show? That's something I've been wanting to. That's something I meant to even ask Kane on Rim.
Yes. I mean, they're not going to tell you a straight answer. I would say yes. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It might happen soon.
Dope. And even take that shit like on a tour. That would be fire.
We got to test our water. We got to test the waters out. It's just that we see a lot of crews emerging right now, and we're not trying to like we're not trying to like. I think people misconcept that we are just a collective, and I guess strength is always in numbers, and which is great. But we're not trying to like really put like out like an album. We want to do an album, but we're not really trying. That's not like something on the top of the
list.
I mean, I feel like the Walkers albums is always going to be done through me and any other producer in the Walkers that's part of the Walkers. That will be like the default Walkers projects.
Got you.
Because we want to take a different approach on it. You know what I'm saying? Because whenever I put out a project, I'm gonna have different people that's not affiliated with the Walkers on these projects, but I'm definitely gonna incorporate all my brothers and sisters into the mix. That's inevitable, you know. And for the one time, I'm also gonna do a Bad Influence. I'm producing a Bad Influence project. You know, I'm gonna be producing a Bad Influence project.
Ox, China.
Yeah, everybody. That's
Fire.
yeah, because you know that's like my core sector right there, and that's my in-house faction. Shout out to my Bad Influence crew. You know what I'm saying? And Rome, me and Rome.
I didn't even want to ask because I always feel like that shit is like. It's the inevitable. Like I already know that's kind of like in the world. Like it's gonna happen.
There's a lot of there's politics, but like I said, I'm not going against the grain because we do got a folder of music. Yeah, you know, and it's getting to a point where it's gonna be divided between different projects and still be our own shit in the future, which is gonna be fairly soon. You know. So I'm not gonna tell you when. Okay. But you know, there's other things that's gonna happen as far as he goes, and me as well within that time before we do a project, because me and him are gonna put some music out before our project come out. But you know, these are things that's gonna happen. You know, the ball is in motion right now. It's like February month was like the first. That was like the first move on the chessboard. You know, for Wavy Da Ghawd. Like this, actually, this interview is like another move on the chessboard.
Fire. I think, just being able to I think just how you setting up for yourself, you know, and how things is going for you, career wise, and just being able to even with the artists that you name and the artists that you about to be working with, I think that you setting up for an amazing run, bro. So. Salute to you, Wavy.
Got Passport Rav. Me and Passport Rav doing the album too.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm doing a lot of. I can't mention everybody, but I got a lot of projects that's until me and Spit Gems started tapping in recently. I tapped in with a lot of dudes over the hiatus time of 2022. I was just building, you know, my resources. And the time is now to actually putting things into action. So
how does that work though, bro? Let me ask you: are you sending packs out, or people just yo, wait, we gotta get one in? Just
building. Sometimes it's building. It's mainly just communication. Okay. It's not that it's sending packs. It's that. It's meetups. It's just regular phone conversation and just keeping yourself relevant in the person's hey, I'm not just fucking around with your time. You actually build a bond with with your artists. Especially if somebody you want to work with. If somebody give you an audience, make yourself relevant in the person's life, because that's how the best artistry is gonna unveil. You know, if you guys just build a regimen and a routine now, a project won't have holes. They won't have holes where you guys just stop, go. Yeah. It will be a consistent flow. So I feel like I built this relationship with the different individuals at this point, where when it's time to lock in, everybody will know what to do. Everybody wouldn't feel so weird because we just met each other off of connections. Right. Now we already are well endowed with each other's personalities. Right. Niggas know what to do at this point. Now we just got to just sit down and just get it going, you know?
Wavy, man, this is the part of the show, brother, where I let everyone give us a gem before they get out of here. The floor is yours, brother. What gem can you provide for the people?
I say, man, Motherfuckers stop fucking being fucking fake, man. Just say what you gotta say. Stop being non-transparent and fucking do what you gotta do. Cut the short shit short. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Cut the short shit short.
HHGTV, Wavy, man, this was a pleasure, brother. I really appreciate you, man, for popping out.
I appreciate you for having me, man.
Man, you know that.
Thank you.